How are you doing today? I greatly appreciate you showing up for Sharise Johnson Moore's podcast. Let's Talk Sunday. Today's topic is minding our mental health. Minding our mental health is very important. Today I want to get into some topics that need to be discussed, and I want to, such as schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, and even anxiety. Okay? So, sit back, relax, and just might want to take notes. And let's get into this topic that means so much to me. Okay? So, I love y'all, and here we go with Let's Talk Sunday. Hello. Hi, YouTube page. Hi, how are my followers doing? How are you doing? Okay, so like I was saying this morning during morning word and worship, God is teaching us patience. So God is teaching me patience this morning with my YouTube page. Okay, so good morning, everybody. And I want to talk about today's topic of Let's Talk Sunday is minding our mental health. Okay, I want to get into some specifics this morning about mental health, our mental health. Sometimes I've noticed that a lot of people do not understand or might not have the concept of what mental health is. Mental health is an individual's well-being in relation to their behaviors, biology, and environment. Okay? Mental health is an individual's well-being in relation to their behaviors, biology, and environment. Okay? That's the definition of mental health. Okay? I wanted to be more specific with this mental health talk, and I wanted to really get kind of like draw it out in a segment. This will be in segments and parts. So this is part one of minding our mental health. I want to give more insight than I did before, giving me questions about the sustainability of what is mental health. What is it? A lot of young people don't know about mental health, and they want to ask me in the questions. You can ask me any kind of questions you like on this live view, and I will answer them. So, like I said, mental health is an individual's well-being in relation to their behaviors, biology, and environment. It is a term that falls under the general umbrella of behavioral health, but it's much broader than a person's behavior. Behavioral health is mannerisms, what they do, how they act, what kind of mannerisms they have, things of that nature. But mental health is about how they relate to their behaviors and their biology and the environment they're in. Okay, well, behavioral health refers to how behaviors impact an individual's well-being. Mental health is primarily concerned with the individual's state of being. Says, while behavioral health refers to how behaviors impact an individual's well-being, mental health is primarily concerned with the individual's state of being. Wide range of conditions, behavior. Say a wide range of conditions that affect a person's mental health can be their mood, thinking, and behavior. And say What are symptoms of mental health? Symptoms range from symptoms of poor mental health are directly related to the mental disorder a person suffers from though general signs include. Okay, we're going to get into saying what are symptoms of mental health. Symptoms of poor mental health are directly related to the mental disorder a person suffers from, though several signs include sleep issues, like you sleep all the time, or you sleeping all the time. That's a sign that you sleep all the time. And then it says problems maintaining relationships. Problems maintaining relationships, like relationships as boy and girl, sister and brother, mother and father. Problems maintaining relationships. Okay. Then it says various forms of self-harm. Self-harm, things they do to harm yourself, cutting yourself. They even got this thing where you hang yourself. You hang yourself, you run out of breath, and then you let go. Or the children, I've heard kids trying it, where it's this thing where they want to try to cut off their circulation, how they want to choke themselves until they faint out. And I've heard a lot of children doing this, as far as trying suicide, take too many pills. Um, we know other forms of harming themselves, such as taking the razor, cutting their wrists, or they turn around and they take to the extreme where they'll walk out in traffic, no traffic coming. Traffic coming, okay, they don't even think about the car, they just walking out there like, oh well, okay, I want to kill myself. Okay, another form is forms of that they want to kill themselves. Sometimes that's a form as well. So it says common mental issues are depression and anxiety, as well as mood disorders like bipolar disorder, and on the severe end of the spectrum, disorders like schizophrenia. Mental illness is a condition that affects people's thinkings, feelings, or moods. Such conditions may affect someone's ability to relate to others and function each day. And each person, everybody's mood is different experiences, even people with the same diagnosis. Where two people living together, they don't realize they got mental illness, but they have some similarities. Okay. Recovery, including meaningful roles in social life, school, and work, is possible. You can recover from these things if you're seen by a therapist, if you're seen by a psychotherapist, if you're seen by a psychologist. These things where they can implement treatment, so especially when you start treatment early, play a strong role in your recovery process. Yes, you can recover from mental illness. A mental health condition isn't a result of one event. Research suggests multiple linking causes: genetics, environment, lifestyle influences. Whether someone develops a mental health condition, a stressful job, or home life makes some people more susceptible, as do traumatic life events. Like a death in the family can be a traumatic life event. And it says like being the victim of a crime and traumatic events such as being a victim of a crime, like a rape or molestation or a bullied or it's just these different events happening in your life can cause you traumatic stress. Biochemical processes and circuits and basic brain structures can play a role too. Okay. In this episode, I just want to give you a little snippet of what can cause a person to have that what is mental illness and what may cause the mental illness in this episode. I would like to, I'm trying to take it one step at a time for you because I don't want to give you too much information at one time. I want you to get the whole spectrum of it. So it says, why is mental health important? From childhood and adolescence through adulthood, it is important that we take the steps needed to protect, nurture our mental and behavioral wellness. Our mental health directly correlates with how we act and feel. It affects the decisions we make and the people who we surround ourselves with. Failure to address mental health early on, especially when problems arise early in an individual's life, such as being molested, abandoned by your parents, or your parents were drug addicts and they left you, or they took you around with them when they got high, or when they went to the liquor store, got drunk, or they got home, and certain things can affect you as a child from your childhood into adolescence to make you behave the way a person behaves. Says failure to address the mental health early on, especially when problems arise early in an individual's life, can have long-standing consequences that bleed. Hello, hi food nanny, hi foot nanny. How are you doing today? I'm speaking about minding your mental health, minding your mental health, and I wanted to share some of these with somebody that needs this conversation, because you never know who's dealing with mental health issues. So it says, someone says, okay, failure to address them. When a person early on in these problems can arise when they're children. If you don't address them, they can bleed into our adulthood. They can bleed into other areas of our existence. Someone who does not adequately deal with mental health problems in adolescence, for example, may find that symptoms worsen with age, and they may struggle to hit key milestones as they grow older, such as holding down a job or learning to manage their finances. Mental. When we don't address these as, hello, how are you doing? The girl, crooked smile, how you doing? Hi, baby. And the thing is when you don't deal with your mental health issues early in life, such as maybe being molested as a child, or abused as a child, or abandoned as a child, or someone didn't give you the proper attention as a child, it some of those things manifest into other habits that we have. Well, being promiscuous as a young lady that can happen to us as women, and we don't realize why we do it, because we want, okay, that we think that sex is a way that can, how could I say this, that can make somebody love us, but that's not what we end up with. If that's the concept, okay, if I have sex with you, oh, you'll automatically like me and you'll love me, okay. And sometimes that can lead up to other things that could be a problem in your adult relationships, where you thinking, okay, this guy like me, okay, let me go ahead and or it could have this manifesting thing of you will be in denial when you get older about sex. I remember one time I heard this young lady, she was on a video, little clip, right? And she said it would, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't, like, I've never thought that way myself, because she says, I want to know how the sex is before I get in a relationship with him. Okay, now, me as a person, I thought that was now that I think of it, now that I think of it, now that I think of it, the way I interacted, the way I kind of took that was, oh, so you don't want to give him the opportunity to know him. You're putting the milk before the cow, as my grandma would say. You're giving away free milk. You know, he gonna get the cow and the milk at the same time. And hello, it's a thing of no, that's not what we should be thinking as women. See what we do, what happens to us in childhood, even with men, everybody, no matter who you are, deals with some kind of, some people do. Some people have it under control. Some people are in denial about their mindsets, and they don't seek help. So people that may have are dealing with their problems or dealing with their issues or dealing with their situations, they turn around and may see this in somebody else. They may see that this person has mental problems because you've gone to therapy, when I first started therapy, when I first started seeing my therapist, and me and her started talking, and I really get along with my therapist. The thing is, I have asked her so many questions through therapy, talking to her and asking questions. I've even written down a list sometimes. Oh, why is this and why is that? And why is this and why is that? And then I came into the rationale that maybe I am thinking off. Maybe I am thinking, I'm hoping, I'm wishing, I'm praying, as far as relationships wise is, and I realized a lot of stuff I went through my childhood affected me the way I dealt with relationships as an adult, even in my youth, even in adolescence. It affected me very much so. So if you have some time in your lifetime and you think that you have it, you think that something is wrong with you, go see somebody. Don't self-diagnose yourself, please don't. Please don't, that's not good to self-diagnose. Oh, I know I'm like this and I like, some people are even realize that they know that they have mental health issues, and they kind of say, I like being this way, or they accept, oh, I'm who I am because I am who I am and I'm not changing for nobody. I used to have that same attitude too. But I realized I had to become a better person. I want to become a better person. And it come back from the same problem, that childhood environment where my grandmother raised me. Neither my mother or my father made time to even spend time with me. And I would see them, hey, hi, bye, um, didn't like the interaction between my parents, but that affected me through my lifetime. That affected me. And when you're affected like that, when you feel like you're abandoned by your parents, it has a total different aspect. It has a total different outlook on your life because it makes you feel unwanted by people when you're not wanted by your parents. Okay? So that's something I had to deal with in my life. I want to share these thoughts, these feelings, and this information with you when it comes to mental illness. This is only part one of minding your mental health. I want to delve more into our mental health as far as our next episode. I will get into what are the signs of mental illness? What are the signs of mental illness? And what does that consist of? What are the signs? And what categories are there for mental illness, the categories of mental illness and their signs. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed my Let's Talk Sunday episode of Minding Your Mental Health. Minding our mental health is very important because we see it so much. We see it, but we sometimes we put ourselves in the denial lane, like, oh, that's not really happening, or we play invisible, like I know about it, but I'm gonna act like I don't know about it. Okay, so just want to enlighten you, inform you, and I will see y'all next Sunday for Let's Talk Sunday, part 2 of Minding Our Mental Health. Bye, babies. I'll see y'all later.
Everlasting Word Network, where we bring you the gospel from ministry leaders all over the world. Attention, church leaders. If you are interested in broadcasting with us, please contact us at 252-229-2119.
Hello everyone, and this is Sharise Johnson Moore, and I have an offer for all the entrepreneurial spirits out there. If you would like to advertise your business on my podcast, I have several slots open, so you can get in contact with me through my email address, which is I am Sharise at ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com. And you can reach out to me through my Facebook page, which is Sharise Johnson Moore 2. And you can reach out to me through my other avenues of contact, which is WhatsApp. Thank you, and I will be glad to have you as a sponsor for my program. Thank you, and have a blessed day. Okay, everybody. Hi, Sharise Johnson Moore here. I'm so sorry our time is up, but I wanted to give you this information, and this won't be the first. It won't be the first and the last time I talk about this topic. In our next episode of Let's Talk Sunday, there will be a part 2. So be on the lookout for that podcast episode. I want to say thank you for all my listeners, to my people on Instagram, people in Facebook, people that watch me on a daily on Sunday mornings, social media Sunday. And I wanted to help those that do not have the information that they need when it comes to mental illness. For I had to experience it myself, and I just want to help others with their mental illness as well. So I wanted to say thank you to all the people that listen to my podcast, and I want to thank my sponsors, Anchor FM and the Everlasting Word Broadcasting Network, for sponsoring this program. I want to say thank you for listening, and I love you, and I'll see you next time on Let's Talk Sunday.